So if I play this, you can see that there is a circle and a square, and there's no morphing between these two shapes. I'm just quickly cutting from one to the next. But during this motion, it's really hard to even tell when that transition happens. It kind of naturally happens. So how I'm doing this is I grab both of these shape layers and then I parented them to this null object, which is the parent, and then you can see here that I added some easing, and if I open the graph editor, you can see that I grab these handles so that at the highest peak here, when it's the fastest, that is where I have this cut happen. And when I play it, it's really hard to even notice a difference. So in this case, I didn't have to copy and paste any path keyframes. I just had to kind of transition from one to the next. This is a very common technique that I'll use when I'm transitioning from one element to another, and it just is a lot easier and more efficient with your time than trying to perfectly morph something using path animation. Now sometimes you'll need to do that, and you'll need that amount of detail, but for 95% of the time when I'm doing a transition like this, I'm just using match cutting. So I can even do things like this where when this transition happens, I can animate this 90 degrees, and then I can even add easing to this as well. So if I press F9, and then if I drag this handle in here, it's going to start off really fast, so that when it does turn into that square shape, it's going to just naturally morph without actually morphing. So if I play it, it just feels very natural. And you can also do this with your icon and your logo animation, and you can just transition things really fast. The key is that you need this to happen pretty quickly, and ideally you want it to happen when something is at its fastest rate of speed. So it's not always going to work 100%, but you can definitely edit things to look how you want using this technique. So hope that helps.